Hi guys, more than 30 laps in and thankfully the sun's come out. The storms must have slowed me down by, you know, somewhere between 2 and 5 seconds a lap because I was struggling, the wind against me, hailstones, pouring rain, my clothes getting heavy, and as soon as the sun comes out, take off my coat and I'm a good 4 seconds a lap faster. But something unexpected from the sun. I'm not sure if the camera will pick this up, but down the far corner the sun is really heating up the track there. As I go around that corner, there's an incredible amount of steam. It's like running through the jungle there. It's so hot and humid, it's unreal. And it's but I'm far more thankful for the good sun up there than I am for the rain. I mean, you can see all the puddles down the side of the track. Alright, there's a few spots like that actually on the track, but as you can see, mostly it's just damp. It was very slippery on my shoes, and the sun can only be a good thing. Anyway, I'm doing well, still feeling quite fresh, occasionally getting a twinge or two from my muscles from the cold rain soaked my joggers and pulling tight on them, but full of energy. This should be fine to go up to 50 at least, so I'll report back then. Anyway, I'm a lap ahead of Paula Radcliffe and pulling away, so I want to keep it that way. I've got to get back on the track. See you later. Hey guys, 55 laps in, it's more than halfway. And I was still 30 seconds ahead of young lady Radcliffe. I've had to make a tough decision, and I think for my own safety I've called it a day. It's been a terrible day of all sorts of weather. Sun, storms, hail, wind, and for the first 40 laps or so, wasn't too bad, but after that, with another bout of heavy, forceful stormy rain, it's becoming clear that I'm just causing myself injury with all the slipping on the track and cramps for my muscles. And I'm getting cold in the wind and rain, and I'm just not competitive in the stormy conditions. If the weather was fine, I'd be about 2 or 3 laps ahead of Paula right now, but as it is, not even half a lap ahead of her, and in about 10-15 laps time should shoot past me and I wouldn't be able to keep up. It's really frustrating. One lap I'm whizzing around, the sun's out, next lap storms come, I'm 6 or 7 seconds a lap slower, and times I'm trying to beat right on a razor edge, you know, less than a second in it between me and Paula a lot of the time, so I'm paying such a heavy penalty that I just can't keep up. But I would have carried on, and I was carrying on, but the track is so soaking wet and I don't have the spikes that, you know, I'm slipping a lot, causing myself injuries. Have a look at some of the water down here. So hopefully you can see that. You can see a good reflection of some lights, some trees. This is on the edge of the track here, but I can tell you, when you're running around in that stuff, when you're running around splashing away and your foot's slipping out from under you, it doesn't have to give you a shock. And I've got pulled muscles in both legs from where my foot's twisting and slipping, and before I cause myself some serious harm. I'm only hobbling at the moment, so not too bad, but I just can't run with these injuries anymore. It's just it's not even good enough to be embarrassing, I must say. It's It's really frustrating. And just as I've started recording, clouds have parted and the hot sun's come out. But it's too late now. It's too late, I'm out of time. The storms have set me back so many half hours and that I wouldn't be able to finish my challenge in time. So it's going to be goodbye for now. Just as one of my loyal supporters has come to turn up and watch me.
How's it going? I noticed it was raining pretty heavy earlier. I didn't know if you get waterlogged.
Exactly, that's what I was just saying to the camera. So yeah, what do you think of the weather earlier?
Torrential.
Torrential.
Well, I was out in town and I had to go and dive into a coffee shop, and I sat underneath the hairdryer in the gents for about 5 minutes trying to dry my hair off and everything. But I'm still quite wet through.
Yeah, and I wasn't that lucky, was I? I was stuck out here, going round and round like a flipping greyhound rabbit, getting soaked on at all angles. I can tell you, you're not very quick when you're running around with soaking wet joggers, soaking wet coat, soaking wet hat, soaking wet gloves. But I had to put all that stuff on because the wind was so strong. I was going to get chills. So that's why Paula started catching me up, and that's why she would be beating me in 10-15 laps time. But anyway, Chris, got some devastating news. I was just put on the camera because I'm ending my challenge.
Oh no! I didn't know if you get waterlogged down, it just wouldn't be safe to run.
Well, that's what it is. I'm just injuring myself, just running around, slipping and everything.
You're going to be carrying on another day, maybe? Finish it off?
I might finish it off over Easter, but I'm not supposed to be doing long runs after today. I've got to taper down for the real marathon.
Alright.
But what do you think of? I've done, I think, about 14 miles, and I was 30 seconds ahead of Paula when I stopped. Paula Radcliffe.
And was that a consistent 30 seconds ahead about?
She was starting to catch me up in the last 10 laps. She was a minute behind me about 10 laps ago. But then I had another round of storms, slipping and sliding and injuries.
So which block were you on? Which out of your?
I'm on, I finished lap 55, so middle of page 2.
Page 2.
So
what's about is that halfway there then? Just under halfway?
That's just over half.
Just over half.
So I got I'd suffered through 2 rainstorms, but before the third one I was still going well, and I was actually gaining ground on Miss Radcliffe. So
was that because her times went up a bit and then you were
No, because it's easier to run when it's not peeing down with rain and it's not gale force winds. So I did lap her, then she unlapped herself, and then I was about to lap her again when more storms came down. So I had it in me. I really did have it in me. 10 miles in, and she was about a lap behind me. Really, 10 laps in, lap behind me and falling back. But I had to give up. Anyway, I've got to sign off, so could you hold the camera so I can give a little wave? Alright, sorry kiddies, to do this another day, and I'm going to lie down and be miserable, and I'm going to be miserable tomorrow because I won't be able to walk because I've injured all the muscles in my calves. I was alright when I only injured one leg. I could go round one way around the track, but when I injured both legs, both ways around the track were tough. So I'm having to quit, otherwise I won't be able to do the real marathon. So bye bye.